Hello there. Someone justly pointed out that I had made an oversight when I was testing this the first time. So I'm going to go back into it and test it properly this time. The general idea here is we're trying to determine which units are actually affected by Anora, and more specifically her passive that boosts, it gives a damage increase to other allied summons, and it will in turn buff, buff labor over time. Now, these are the ones that currently do make some amount of sense to test, at least on Guild Boss. Presumably Kriya is one that could be tested as well. It's just that to get her stupid crows, you need to kill stuff, I believe, so I'm not going to mess around with that. And there's also Kaed, which I do not have. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in and try to get this done in a more efficient manner than my last video. So immediately drop Praetus, which we need to wait until he generates his little stacks there. And this takes a while. Fun part is also by the time he has his 5 stacks, you break the shield, and then you need to wait a little bit longer to see the actual damage. Shield's down. That final stack finally appeared, as shown by the light right there. So Praetus is currently running. Okay, so it's 24,140. Drop Anora, 24,140. So Praetus is not affected, and yet again, I quit battle instead of restarting. That's okay. Praetus is out. Does not work. We're going to toss in Init here. And his little orbs are doing about 9,059. We're going to drop in Anora. And the orb is still doing 9,059. So Init is also out. And simply, they do not count as summons in the proper sense of the term. Again, I really need to just restart for this. So here we're going to go ahead and test I, which was an absolute pain to test the first time. And this time I will hopefully do it properly. And you'll be able to see on the... You'll be able to pause it at the exact right frame, right? But here we're going to have a damage going off very soon, which will be 6,893. Drop in Anora. And once more we have 6,893. So eyes, crystals do not count as summons either. We're going to restart this time to not, mess this up again. And we're going to go ahead and test Cyrus, which is arguably the most obvious example of something that should summon, and literally talks about summons in his skills and them dying. So skeleton hitting right here is going to do 4,814. We're going to drop Anora, and skeleton hitting again is going to do right there 5,295. So there is an uptick there. So Cyrus does work. And the final test is going to be Nauvras, which is the one I botched last time. And the reason I botched it is just because I didn't pay attention to how the animation of these summons work. And they were arriving at roughly the same time as a basic attack. But then they do a dive down and jump back up to explode. Which we can see right about there. He's go down and goes back up. And I missed the actual damage because I was talking. But on a frame by frame, you should be able to see this. Right there, it goes down. Damage goes up. And we get... Am I once more blind? Did I just miss it? Oh my gosh, I did. Alright. 1,164, and we're not dropping Init, we're dropping Anora. And here, once more, we're waiting for Nauvras to get his little puppet. He gets the puppet. Puppet goes in. And there should be a 1,000, roughly 200 popping in any second here. Puppet's dropping down. Jumps back up, and 1,280. So Nauvras does work. Which basically means that in all of this testing, there are only two that are currently considered as having summons on top of Anora, and it's Nauvras and Cyrus. And that's really it. So thank you to GangOZ for pointing this out to me and bringing it to my attention that I did not have a proper, valid conclusion. The previous video has been taken down from being public and will be left there as unlisted just for the sake of comparison. And I'll probably link it in the description of this one to show exactly what I was doing wrong. And yeah, that's about it. Cheers, and you have a nice one.